A very good evening, everyone. First of all, I'd like to wish everyone a very happy new year. I can see a number of parents in attendance here today. Parents, thank you so much for taking the time out today for our seminar. It is a working day and still I can see so many parents in attendance of this seminar. Thank you so very much for coming here today. We both are over here for a single agenda, for a common agenda, I would say. And that is कि हमारे जो ये बच्चे हैं, they all should clear CA Inter November 23 in the very first attempt. Trust me, this seminar is going to prove very fruitful for all of us. Students, I'd also like to thank you. It is just the 2nd of January and the year has started on a difficult note for all of you all because we scheduled your lectures in the morning today. I know you all have morning colleges. We requested you all to please adjust your schedule only for one day. Only for one day if you attend lectures in the morning so we can have this seminar in the evening, and all of you all graciously agreed. So thank you so much for starting this year on such a good note. While we're on this topic, I also wished you a very happy new year because this year marks a very important year in your life. The next 9 to 10 months are going to shape how the rest of your life is going to look. So I really, from the bottom of my heart, wish you a very happy new year. I am CA Pooja Shah. I am the joint COO of JK Shah classes, and without wasting much time, I'd like to call on stage Professor JK Shah himself.
Yes, good evening to all of you. Friends, thank you.
Such a big audience and
Second balcony about to get packed now. Friends, today's agenda is to show a roadmap to all prospective inter-CA students who are going to appear in the month of November of this year. All of you are so young, of tender age, so little recklessness comes naturally to you. But this is a very serious exam, the turning point of your career. You must have understood that on 20th of December your exam got over. We just allowed you to relax for one day, if you can call it a relaxation. Because you must be having tension of lecture starting from next day, 22nd. That shows an element of seriousness that is needed for this exam. Today's seminar, still your result is not out. And normally anybody could have thought, let us give them holiday. Let me tell you, holiday would be a rare thing at JK Shah classes and not a regular feature at all. So though there is seminar, we still called you people in the morning and held a lecture. Objective is to tell you, friends, the kind of seriousness that is needed for you to clear this exam in the first attempt. And once you clear Inter, believe me, you are going to be chartered accountants. This is the only exam for which we need to do hand-holding like anything. Final C exam surely is even tougher than Inter, but your maturity level would have been even greater than that, and perhaps you wouldn't need people like us to come and tell you what to do, because by then you would have understood the trick of the trade. Seriousness needed, study plans, and you would know practically how to pass. So I am not very serious about your final C exam because you would know what to do. Inter is the turning point. I always say Inter CA is second and second last serious exam of your life. Second, because first is foundation for which you appeared, and second last because the last is final. But this is the turning point. This exam is going to be the game changer for all of you. And it's high time we tell you how exactly we are going to navigate. We are going to hold your hand, not just now, not just up to the completion of the batch, but right up to the last day of your Inter CA exam. What we are going to do all throughout is what we are going to show you. Then we will have some, suggestions to give you, some do's and don'ts to tell you. And in advance, I can only tell you one conclusion, and that is, if you just do what we are today going to ask you to do, believe me, the job is done. Give us these 9-10 months of your life to us, and in return, we will give you lifetime of happiness and success. But these 9-10 months are the most crucial months, and please do not try to analyze the implication of what we tell you when we are clearly telling you do's and don'ts. Because what we are going to tell you comes from experience of nearly 40 years. So we can't go wrong. All I can say is you have trusted in such a huge number. I must tell you this time, the number of Inter CA admissions that we have got for November 23 in Mumbai as well as outside Mumbai is the highest in my own career. And that is thanks to you people. Highest of my career. Yesterday we crossed the figure of 3,318 admissions. And when JKSC gives you figure, it is as good as audited by Big Four. Not one figure, one number more than what is right. Outstation also close to 3,500. That's the record-breaking number. It shows the kind of trust the students' community have reposed in us. And that makes our job even more serious. We understand the responsibility which you have put on us, and more than you, your parents. So we have a duty. We have a job to do. And we have to not only stand up to the expectations of students and their parents, but also we have to exceed it. We have to over-deliver so that you can say that you got from JKSC much more than what you normally expect from any coaching class or even what you expected from us. Many of you have been our students right from 11th standard. So you first tested us, came to us for 12th, gave us one more chance, came to us for foundation. And just after the exam got over, without waiting for result, so many people came for Inter CA. We are just humbled. It's a humbling experience. But I can promise you today that we are going to prove a point. We will certainly over-deliver. And if you just do what we ask you to do, nothing more, nothing less, and we wouldn't be very demanding, believe me then, you are going to pass and pass convincingly, comfortably, and with flying colors. Let me first do something on the screen we show you the roadmap, exactly what is going to happen. Then few suggestions on do's and don'ts. We have in audience respected Prasad sir, an eminent chartered accountant, educationist, final CA faculty for years, and he has come down specially from Chennai today. He is also going to address all of us. So let me first show the roadmap, what exactly we are going to do. This will show how the batch is going to progress month-wise. Let me first tell you, we have about 7 months time. So, on average, 13 to 15% syllabus we will cover every month. And that's how in 7 months time, 100% syllabus we would cover. We have given you completion date of 31st of July. Remember one thing at JK Shah classes, in these 40 years, never ever a single batch has got delayed even by a day also. But we always have surplus of about a week. So we will try to finish our job by 15th of July only, but we have got 15 days margin. 31st July is the deadline which we have given you while giving you admission, and that would not be crossed under any circumstances, but there is some provision for contingency, and usually every time we finish about 10 to 15 days before schedule. So if you see month-wise percentage, so by 31st of January we will finish 12% of syllabus, by end of February about 25%, end of March 41%, then 55%, 70%, then 85%, and last you can see 100%. This is how batch will nicely progress. It covers everything and very comfortably. But comfortably doesn't mean you will get too many holidays. Yes, in some months it is 12%, in some months 15%. That's because your college examination schedule, so there may be some leave to be given. So percentage progress changes a little bit. But this is how we are going to complete your syllabus of all subjects. Our presumption is that we have to do 6 papers. Accordingly, everything we have planned. Institute has proposed to remove 2 subjects. But we are not taking chance. Even for me also we have thought this way. And still they have not changed, so we already completed those 2 papers in most of the batches. So we will do all 8 papers if needed, though our plan is based on 6 papers. But even if 8, as per this schedule, it will be finished. And if it is only 6, you will get little flexibility, little more time after the batch gets over and before your exam. Next. Now, see, classroom coaching is very vital, but not enough. We go on teaching you, but if you are not exposed to test, then the teaching has no meaning. It's like you go on eating, but you don't digest. Then you have no idea how much you have understood, etc., etc. The test is the most vital ingredient of teaching function. Pre-COVID time, we used to separately charge for test. But COVID time changed everything. So without increasing fees, we included test program as part of normal job only. So you get in true sense complementary test series. Our test series is in 3 parts. One is chapter wise test. So once a chapter gets over, we have small test only on that chapter. So that your chapter test is to test your knowledge of that chapter. Then second part is unit test, where we put few chapters together and have a test on that. Every Sunday we will have test of those cluster of chapters. That is second part. I'm going to give you schedule very soon. And third and the last is prelim. Prelim is just like institute's exam. Exactly the same timetable, same schedule, same order. And we are going to conduct 2 prelims for you. That means before you sit for the institute's exam, for similar exam, you would have appeared at our classes twice for all 8 papers. And first set of 8 papers. For each paper, we will give you 1 week's time to prepare. That is after the batch is over, after full syllabus you have studied. And the second set will be just like institute's timetable. 1 paper today, tomorrow holiday, day after tomorrow second paper, that way. So friends, first chapter wise test, thereafter unit test, where we have number of unit tests for you people, and we will cover cluster of chapters but in such a way that each paper is completely done in maybe 2 or 3 parts. Large syllabus, then 1 unit will have 3-4 chapters, then other again 4-5 chapters, and again 5-6 chapters. So we will first cover each subject chapter wise, then we will cover each subject unit test wise, and lastly we will cover and twice full syllabus exam like condition. Let me show you the details. Next. Chapter wise we'll start, it will be announced in the classroom after some time. This is unit test schedule, as I told you, every Sunday starting from 8th of January. That is after about 6 days. Today it is Monday, you know it. You people started thinking. So this seminar is not for celebration, but it is for preparing you to celebrate your future success. So this is your schedule. 29 tests would be given to you this way, and on 30th July, the last test would be there. 29 tests and 8 papers. So on average, you can see about 3.5 to 4 unit tests for each subject. For smaller subjects, there may be 1 or 2 only. For bigger subjects, sometimes 4 or 5. So that is it. And now, yes, 30th July to 6th of August, 7 days, no test would be there thereafter. Cover up your backlog. If few things you are not revised, then now revise. That 6-7 days are given to you. And after that, we'll start your prelims. Come to that schedule. As I told you, first set is on the left hand side and 1 week given for each paper. So first 7 days off and then the first paper on 13th you can see. So first 7 days off, then 7 days to prepare for first paper. That's how 13th August, 20th August, 27th August and so on. You can see this is round 1 and on 1st of October all 8 papers would be covered. Then the second round starts. There you can see alternate day test is there, and on 22nd of October your last test will happen. And after that you start preparing for your exam, and in 1 week's time your exam will commence sometime on 1st of November. So this is your test program. There are 2 days study break is given for Dussehra. See, we are also understanding you are human beings. For a change, we know this. And for Dussehra also off is given. See how meticulously we have planned. Yes. But then when we give you 2 days off, you understand we have provided for everything. Now you do not be innovative and provide for more holidays. This is all that we are going to offer you over next few months. So the first one you can see is very exhaustive full course study material. Currently we have given you only beginner's note, different subjects, few chapters, what we propose to finish before your foundation result. Once result is out, full-fledged batches are there. Thereafter remaining all study materials would be given to you, except I think 2 books. Now all books we already got ready, already printed and ready with us, but will be given naturally post result. Then you can see recorded backup of entire course will be given to you. So any subject, any chapter, or maybe any particular question or concept, if you want to revisit, you will have that backup. Come to next one. All complimentary I'm talking about. Then we will have live Zoom doubt solving. In your timetable scheduling only it would be given that from this time to this time, this is the meeting ID, where professor who taught you is sitting there on the screen. Go there, ask whatever doubt you have in person, that is live Zoom doubt solving. Then we have 24/7 WhatsApp helpline. You all have number. At CA Foundation time also we had given you. So whatever doubt you have, you just type a little and our professor would revert back to you and will solve all your doubts. So that is 24/7 helpline. Then, as I told you, test program. But the test papers would be corrected by qualified chartered accountants who know their job, and truly quality checking will happen. You will come to know where you are going wrong also. On average, for each paper, it would take 7 to 10 days. Then, today's seminar is the first to make you little serious and show you the roadmap. Then we will have 2 more seminars here only. One we call it entry seminar, another we call it exit seminar. Entry seminar where this will happen sometime in the month of February, first week of February after the result. There subject wise we will take you in details. We will have something like ABC analysis for each paper. So which chapters are the most vital, marks wise analysis, then category B, then category C. Then your time management will tell you, as the batch is going on, how you study, how many hours, and so on. That is our entry seminar. Exit seminar would be about 10 to 12 days before completion of your batch. So sometimes around anytime between 10th and 20th of July. There we will tell you precisely on this date the batch gets over. Now from now onwards up to the exam date, what you are supposed to study. Because entry seminar happens before May exam and exit seminar will happen after May exam. So May exam also will, we will come to know something about what they asked in May. Taking that also into account, we will guide you for November exam in the month of July. That time we will give you precise subject-wise study plan. Meaning, like if you are talking about first paper accountancy, ABC analysis once more will be given to you, same thing. But thereafter, how many hours you need to complete the first reading, then second reading, then third reading. Complete hourly planning will be given to you. This way for all subjects you will be able to do first study and 2 revisions after the batch is over. And precise schedule will be given to you. Friends, this way also will tell you how many hours you need to study ideally, but bare minimum and at the most. So this way detailed planning would be given to you. At this stage, if you look at what I have told you, first lectures, then chapter wise test, then unit test, then your batch gets over, then prelims, study plan. We will also tell you, besides what we have done in the classroom we will have JKC material to be covered. But we will tell you now during study leave period, after we have finished, what exactly you are supposed to study, how you are going to revise. We will not leave out anything absolutely. We would be last people to tell you that you don't study this. We never say this. Because CA exam, anything and everything can be asked. It can be full of surprises if you're not fully prepared for it. So we will ensure that there are no surprises for you. And for that we will prepare you accordingly. So entry seminar to put you in the momentum, an exit seminar where you would know what we have done. Today we have told you what we are going to do. But exit seminar, I'll remind you everything and you will be completely convinced that yes, whatever these people promised, they have done it. And complete planning. That time also, there would be mentorship program after the batch gets over, where some faculties would be put in charge of your batches, batch-wise faculties. Any time, any problem, you can call them, but every week, at least once, faculty will personally call you. With any problem in any subject? That faculty may be professor of particular subject only, but he is your one-point mentorship program leader. Any doubt, any help, anything you require, and that person will facilitate everything. So that is the last one, that is mentorship program. These are the things we are going to do all throughout when you are with us and even after the batches get over. For us, right up to the last day of exam, you are with us only and we are with you only. So batch completion is an event, but not end of the road. And our association will continue right up to the last day of the exam. On the previous day of the paper, previous day of each exam, faculties would be absolutely at beck and call should you need anything from anyone. So these are the deliverables we are going to deliver. And all in all, you must have understood that all throughout we are going to do handholding. Twice I said, third time I can say, do what we ask you to do. So test program is there, but if you don't sit for the test, that is the first serious mistake you would be making. And this way, if you go on making mistakes, you are preparing to fail. So remember one thing, friends, we do everything, but finally you have to go and sit in the exam. And if you do not follow the advice that we give, then you are asking for trouble. You are going to take so much trouble anyway for practically 7 months, each day for a few hours. You are going to sit on a wooden bench, so much sacrifice, and then little lapse happens somewhere, you are compromising everything. The test is the most vital part of the job. In fact, your test would be our test also. If you succeed in our test, that means we have taught you well. Because our test would be very representative. The students who sit for the test after the exam is over, they have only one comment to make. That almost everything was covered in JKSE test series. Yes, name of the company could be different, figures could be different, structure of the question could be different. That we call form. What will change is the form. What will not change is the substance. The test will remind you in the exam and it will bring smile on your face that yes, this I have done. The last Inter CA exam which happened in November, so many questions directly either from our material or from the test were asked. Not that they look at our study material before setting their paper, but we know where they go for shopping to set the paper. And before they go there, we are already there. Thank you.
So what is important possible for
them to come out with something completely out of the box. Form, etc., they will change, but not the substance. So, friends, my limited request on this will be just do what we ask you to do. And that is the biggest gift that the students should be giving to their parents also. Parents want your success and nothing more, nothing less. And these 9-10 months will be, as I told you, the turning point of your whole career. What will happen to you in your working life of about 30 to 40 years after the age of 22 depends on what you will do in these 9-10 months. Clear inter, you are going to clear final, you will become chartered accountant, and there would be wonderful, smooth, rewarding career awaiting you. But should you misbehave with this, life full of struggle awaits you, and lifetime you will have regrets as to why you wasted these 8-10 months. For the whole happiness of whole life, can't you just sacrifice happiness of few months? That is the question. All your friends who are not doing chartered accountancy, they would be enjoying now and they'll struggle for lifetime thereafter. You will be struggling now and you will be enjoying lifetime thereafter. The career that you have chosen, believe me, there was no better choice. The best option you have selected, commerce. And within commerce, chartered accountancy. The most rewarding career. Many must have told you it is tough. And yes, I also say the same thing. If I say it is very simple, it means I am fooling you. And if I believe it is simple, then I am fooling myself also. It is not simple. But thank God it is not simple. That chosen few people only can do it. And you get a chance to get, singled out in a society crowded by so many people. So only you can do it. That is the kind of the course. So it is tough, but it is supposed to be. Otherwise it would be like a graduation. Look at Mumbai rickshaw drivers. 60 to 70% of them are at least graduates. Some of them are postgraduates also. That is where the education has brought them. The conventional education. So you have chosen commerce, the best. Then chartered accountancy, absolutely the right choice. To be honest, you have made right choice of coaching class also. Thank you. You people have joined early bird batches. Let me explain to you what is the logic of it. We were the first to start early bird batches, and the first early bird batch started in the month of June 2010 for May 2011 exam. Because first exam happened 2009 Inter CA. That was known as IPCC that time. And students were, that time it was CPT, it was simple, but students were not getting enough time to study. That is when we thought, let's have something called early bird. That time we had not used even these terms early bird. After 2-3 years, we coined the term early bird. So then regular batch people who were joining after the result were asking, what do you call us? And we call them angry birds. Because early bird batches were getting priority, getting over timely, and almost all students passing, and practically 100% of rank holders always come from early bird because they get much needed 1.5 months extra time to prepare before the exam. So we started it. And when we tell you people, when you were in foundation, please come for early bird, maybe some students might think it is marketing strategy. Let me tell you friends, it is exact opposite of marketing. And I'll tell you why. Even if early bird was not there, for normal batches you all would have come. We coaching classes lose out heavily because of this early bird. Now all coaching classes have to do because we are doing. They have to. And now I see even outside Mumbai also many coaching classes in many cities wherever we are there to compete with us, they are also doing it. But coaching classes, we people lose out. How we lose out? One, we charge nominal fees, but you understand it is not fees, it is deposit. In an unfortunate case where student does not pass, we refund full amount. We do not keep a penny. That means 45 days lecturing free of charge. Whereas most of you are going to pass. But supposing CA Foundation Institute's result is about 20-25%, our result is about 70-75%. That means around 25% of our students also may not be able to clear. But we have taught them. We have taught them. So first loss coaching classes make is our lecturing cost. Then the study material is already given. We do not take it back. That is also gone. And third, this is stupidity. Many of my professors tell me that compared to regular batch, in early bird we charge 5,000 to 6,000 lesser fees. So how can you call it marketing event? Lesser fees, so much free of charge, test also free of charge. And you may then say, then why are you doing it? You are in business, not in charity. Objective is simple. If we have only regular batches, results could be the worst possible results for Inter CA. Because you will not have enough time at all. Friends, 8 papers, some 12 subjects. You will not be able to revise even once also if we start the batches only after your foundation result. So you will join. But the result is spoiled. And if the result is bad, believe me, it is not just your result is bad, our result is bad. So, in the interest of getting better result for Inter CA, we decided to start this. So early bird otherwise goes completely against the concept of commercial coaching activity. Why we said we will refund? Because otherwise student may think, yeah, we are paying 5,000, but I am doubtful, I may or may not pass. Then what will happen? Yes, if the child will discuss with father or mother, the parents would advise, forget about 5,000, go enjoy. But most of the students take their own call. And they may think that, no, then we don't want to join, let's wait for some time. We made it practically difficult to resist offer. That you don't lose anything. Only coaching classes will lose if at all student does not pass. But believe me, this is the way to make it happen. That is, you will pass. Because in audience, some chartered accountants also could be sitting. They will agree with me. 1.5 hours more to get. That's 45 days. Daily about 10 to 12 hours you study. 450 hours of extra study at home. And that 1.5 months time is enough to revise 50% syllabus completely. So practically the normal time that regular batches will get, in that much time, they have to cover 8 papers and an impossible task. But you people will have to practically finish 4 papers. That is how this idea is succeeded. Why exam after exam, so many rank holders we get? Credit definitely goes to students. But we showed them the way. We held their hand all throughout. And we ensured that they reach their destination. That was the concept of early bird. But yes, every time we were giving 1 week gap. So foundation exam gets over, relax for 1 week, go out with parents somewhere for a week, and then we used to catch you people. Meaning in past the students were getting 1 week off. So you might be thinking, is it that you are our enemies that this time gave only 1 day? You are not our enemies. In fact, you are dearest to us. So we thought little out of the box. I already visited some of the batches where I told them also. Because there was some students could be thinking what this coaching class is. Like, so inhuman treatment they are giving, just 1 day off. So first I told you, it is not business proposition. Early bird option is not business proposition. Secondly, why only 1 day? Originally, I had told these people, don't give them 1 day also, start from 21st. But they said, no, 1 day. Because even if we start, people will come only after a day. They will presume a holiday. Why we did it, friends? The reason. Every year, CA Foundation exam happens in November. And Inter CA exam next year, November. This time, Foundation happened in December. That too, it got over in the 3rd week of December. So, CA Foundation exam late by more than a month. But Inter CA exam remains in next November only. So that month that we had, Institute has already eaten away that month. November exam in Inter CA will remain in November only. But Foundation late by 1 month. How do we cover up this deficit of 1 month? So the time that this year November people got, this year November Inter CA students got, is more than time that you are going to get. But out of 1 month, at least 1 week deficit we wiped out. So now we have 3 weeks deficit. Our objective is to put you on par with those people. We can't tell you that institute did this, so what can we do? If we say this, then you have no reason to come to us. So no excuse is nothing. Knowing that this has happened, we reacted immediately, gave you only 1 week holiday, and 1 day, so you remember, and I think you'll remember for quite some time to come, yeah, as if we have strangulated you people. But believe me, 1 week deficit we have cut, and nicely we will spread, but in time to come, latest by end of February or so, 1 more week we will cover. Then by May or maybe 15th of June, still 1 more week we will cover. Ideally, we will try that the batch gets over exactly the same date corresponding next year as November batches this year got over. Because we can't tell you that institute did this, so this is the problem, because after all, it is your career. That is the reason why only 1 day off was given. First week, we kept lecture of only 3 hours. We were kidding with you. We wanted you to somehow come into the mainstream slowly. Then second week started on Friday and we kept 4 hours lectures. Next Friday, you will see 5 to 5.5 hours lectures. And thereafter, it will be about 7 to 7.5 hours lectures. Yes, almost every week, 1 weekly off will be given to you. This is not not negotiable promise, but we'll try our level best to give you one day off. Sometimes, situation is such that we can't give you off. Sometimes you will have to bear with us. So it will be very comfortable schedule for you. After all, it is Inter CA, almost 13 to 1400 hours of lecturing. It's a marathon kind of work. And we have to do balancing act, giving equal importance to all the papers. We'll do the needful. That was the logic behind early bird batches and why only one day off was given. Third point. Friends, you do not take this early bird lightly. For you, it should be complete seriousness. It's like prayer time has started and prayer will continue for a few months. Every lecture is vital. You must have realized, it's not the first lecture, so we just did time pass on 22nd and we told you general things and we say, all right, all the best. No. Dot at 1 o'clock lecture started and chapter started. Not a minute was wasted. We expect exactly same kind of seriousness from you people also. So make a commitment to yourself and make a commitment to your parents that come what may, you will not miss a single lecture. Because any lecture missed, you may miss out a very vital concept. And maybe the question may be on that only. Who knows it? Take no chances. Take absolutely no chances. So, each and every lecture to be attended, come what may. No reason is right reason to miss out the lecture. Celebrations, social obligations, everything can wait for 10 months. You cannot have social obligation at this age. Beyond a point, your parents will fulfill that. But do not miss a lecture. I do not want a momentum to be broken. Everything is well connected. What will be taught tomorrow will have connection with what is taught today. Please do not miss out. And connections are not just chapter based. Connections are subject based also. So what you will study in company law, you will see in audit paper also. You will see in accountancy, company accounts papers, chapters also. So you study something in ratio analysis chapter, its application you will see in accountancy also. So these are all connected things. Your direct tax, it has connection with accounting standards. This way, whatever is a few things you study in financial management and then like capital budgeting. And this chapter has connection with accounting standards. So, not only intra-subject connections, but inter-subject connection also is there. So, today's lecture you miss out. Believe me, you're not missing out just today's lecture, but you might be missing out much more. So, please attend all the lectures. The relaxation in the schedule that you need, we are giving. But otherwise, it is a war. Everything you are doing is for your invaluable career. So everything else has to wait. Next, face-to-face lectures. This pandemic somehow, badly affected students' way of thinking negatively. Yes, during pandemic it was compulsion, so you studied online. But if there is only one right way to study, it is only face-to-face. We are also offering online. It's our business vertical. And still I am saying the right way to study is face-to-face. A seminar of this kind also we could have kept online. Why did I come here? Why my faculties are coming today here? Why all of you come here? And why we are spending huge amount on holding this seminar? Huge rent we are paying for this auditorium. Why Prasad sir has to fly down from Chennai? And why we people go out to meet the people if online was okay? Every time you can connect on Zoom. Same person you will see. Why even people like Prime Minister, presidents of different countries travel to different countries to attend the meeting? They have far better technology. So remember one thing, friends. If you go for online, you are asking for big trouble. The students who depend only on online, ultimately what happens? Online offers convenience. You don't have to travel, you don't have to get ready. Classroom in your home. That's convenience, comfort. But at what cost? There is no compulsion to sit down to study at a particular time. So you will think, okay, you might have planned at 12 o'clock today that yes, 1 o'clock I'll sit down. Something comes that time, you'll say, okay, instead of 1 o'clock, I'll sit down at 2 o'clock. Again, something comes, you say, now I'm tired, I'll do it tomorrow. We saw so many cases where so much backlog was created by students that did not see recorded lectures. Ultimately, after some months, they start thinking negatively. Instead of 2 groups, I'll appear for only 1 group. Further 2 months will go and he or she will think about taking drop and going for the next exam. Remember one thing, friends, time is always right for right thing to be done. And there is nothing like waiting for right time to come. My earnest suggestion to all of you, therefore, don't insist on backup lectures. We are going to provide. But that should be in absolute necessity. Where impossible because of some health issues or some real emergency that you cannot come to classes, only that one lecture you may see backup. When you come to classes, not only compulsory study, but you learn from the experience of so many students. So many students will ask some questions, and when professor answers that question, there would be some learning curve there also. Plus some serious study is possible. You end up making good friends. I know so many of our past students who did chartered accountancy here, and today they are positioned so highly. But their friend circle today also is of those people whom they met for the first time at JK Shah classes. You get to know all these things. That is possible only when it is face to face and not recorded lectures. So you practically presume that recorded lecture is not there. It is there, but you presume it is not there. We will start giving you backup after the result is out and once normal lectures start. But you presume all the time that it is not there. It's only if absolute necessity you should see it. We are going to give you backup right up to the exam date. But if you depend on that, if you take that as alternative to face-to-face coaching, then that is the most serious mistake you are making. So my honest suggestion, my humble request would be, make a commitment to yourself that always you will attend the lecture in the classroom and not at home. Believe me, for coaching classes, online is far cheaper option. We don't have to spend on electricity. We don't have to spend on classroom. Luckily, students have understood this. So this year, after June, we had to organize 40 or 42 additional classrooms in Mumbai only. That means students accepted this advice. You people also attended face-to-face foundation. When I say hand-holding will do, etc., most of you were our foundation students, and you know we did similar things for foundation also. Towards the end, for some special students who we thought needed special help, we did something like Chanakya Niti batches. All of those things were free of charge for you people. But our objective was to ensure better result of foundation. And everything I am now offering you is for better result of Inter CA. So that was about face-to-face, and don't too much depend on recorded lectures. At JK Shah classes, we have fantastic faculties, time-tested people, the people who are there for years and years. If some chartered accountant parents are sitting here who studied at JK Shah classes, then today they will get to meet the people who taught them 25 to 30 years back also. Same people are there at JK Shah classes today also. The legacy of nearly 40 years, next July, when your batch would be about to be over, JK Shah classes would complete 40 years. And all I can say is the finest faculties, most of them studied at JK Shah classes. Some of them tell me also that years back they were in the audience, today they are on the dais. Fantastic study material. Study material is very concise and yet very exhaustive. You see, in the market, not in Mumbai but outside, some people specialize in a particular subject, and some students go to particular individual only for one subject. Psychologically, you understand how dangerous it is to go to study a subject for a particular subject to one person. That professor's objective, I'm not casting any aspersion on anybody's intention, but if my whole career is to teach one subject and get you result, then I will put out of proportion time. Study material would be so thick, because my objective would be to take care of that one subject, not your Inter CA. We know you have come here not for one subject, but for all subjects. So our objective is not to ensure that you pass in one paper or get good marks in one paper. Our objective is to ensure that you get good marks in all papers, and real objective is to ensure that you pass Inter CA. So the material is comprehensive, exhaustive, left out absolutely nothing, and yet not big in volume that will frighten you, but quite manageable. So your study hours will not go up unnecessarily. So we give fantastic faculties, fantastic study material, truly quality test that will bring out the knowledge that you are supposed to possess of each and every concept of each and every chapter of each and every subject. So before the institute would test you, we would test you thoroughly. And that is again the reason why repeatedly I told you, and I am tempted to say once more, don't miss out on test. You may say it is optional, let me not go today. As I told you once, I repeat, that would be a monumental blunder that you would be committing. So all these things, and plus good non-teaching staff to take care of admin part. We do everything professionally. The scheduling that is done, I told you not a single batch ever gets late by a day also. Why? The scheduling is not done by some clerk. It is done by a person. She was a student, qualified in 2012, and immediately joined JK Shah classes. Chartered accountancy she has done, company secretary, MCom, and LLB. Such highly qualified person is the leader of the team that handles our timetable work. At all the branches across JKSC and all the courses, at a time minimum 850 to 900 batches are running, but more at peak time around 16 to 1700 batches are running. And all those batches seamlessly progress. That is because of right people doing the right thing. Even 11th, 12th and foundation, the person who is in charge of it, Chetan Patil sir, is a chartered accountant. For 11th and 12th, otherwise chartered accountant is not required. In Mumbai city, 99% of coaching class owners are not chartered accountants, those who are teaching 11th, 12th. But our person in charge is chartered accountant, professors are, but the person in charge also. Vishal and Pooja, my son and my daughter, joint CEOs, both chartered accountants. We have Sanika madam, chartered accountant. So like that, so many. We have test series in charge, Nimisha madam, a chartered accountant. She heads the team of 5 people, all professionally qualified. But the leader herself is a chartered accountant. Because of this combination, we are able to get the kind of result that we get. One more thing. Usually, after the result is out, foundation result, we normally give 3 days off. Why? I'll be honest with you. That we have to collect the balance fees from the students who have passed. Naturally, after all, we have to remember we run a commercial organization. And therefore, we tell the student that 3 days you have, please organize, make payment so that we can restart the batches and we give study material. But this time I have already told my team that not a single day holiday should be given. I told you 1 week gap we have already covered, 3 weeks I have to cover. So wherever avoidable, I am avoiding. So maybe on the day of result, we may leave little early. Or we may start lecture early and finish. But it would be business as usual. Second day, there would be no cancellation. Those 3 days means further half week we have covered. So my request that time would be, please immediately, once the result is out, next day, without any reminder, please make payment also. Will you do it or not? Thank you. But we will not stop lecture. We will not discontinue any lecture for anyone. And the very fact, all these things when I say about JK Shah classes, the very fact that in such big number you people have come, you are joined, you are given us a chance, means you know everything. Remember one thing at JK Shah classes. I told you on 22nd when we started the bed, dot at 1 o'clock lecture started and directly serious coaching we started. No introduction, no time pass, nothing. Reason you know. We are for serious teaching. We have not called you at JK Shah classes to take admission so that we will entertain you. No. We will be absolutely serious coaching providers. No entertainment, absolutely. Yes, some off is given. That day we may plan something. So initial video you saw some entertainment was written. Yes, 11th and 12th because there's so much time. Exam is not that important. They are going to pass anyway. We have, yes or no? 11th and 12th means what? You are very proud that you cleared it? Normal coaching has lost its meaning. Even I tell the people that if your only objective is to pass 11th and 12th, you don't need any coaching classes. Why you have come to JK classes? Because you want to do some professional courses. So 11th and 12th, we make the foundation of that kind, which will help you for CA foundation and further study. There is continuity also. Some of your foundation teachers would teach corresponding subject of Inter CA also. So you see the connectivity that way. But we are basically for very serious coaching. You all know we do not allow students to bring cakes to classroom on professor's birthday. We don't allow cake cutting. We say if you are happy about professor, on the last day, simply say thank you, that is enough. That is the biggest gift. Even Ram Prabhu sir is sitting here. Few days back, his last lecture got over. So second last day, students had told him, sir, we will bring cake tomorrow. And what speech he gave in the class. He told the students that if you will bring cake, that means your father or mother, they have given you pocket money. Out of that, you are using money, you know. So you are using your parents' money and don't do it. You become chartered accountant. When you get your first salary, bring cake to me. See, we otherwise, everybody likes, this kind of adulation from the students. They cut the cake and everybody enjoys. We are human beings. But we have a rule. No celebration. All lectures start dot on time. All lectures get over almost on time or little early. And absolutely no comedy show in the classroom. Our professors don't come, to show their comedy skill. And there are better comedians in the life. You can go pay there and attend those shows. This is very serious job. Yes, you might be seeing some YouTube videos of other coaching class people. And they are showing their plus pointers how to entertain the students. We do not play to the gallery. We know the serious purpose why you have come here. We want to make you happy, not in the classroom. In fact, we will harass you like anything in the classroom. We will make your life most miserable in the classroom. That is what you have paid us for. But you will be very happy in the examination hall and happier on the day of result. That is the tribute to serious coaching which JK Shah class is all about. I request all of you always to come on time for the lecture, attend all lectures, sit for all the tests. This roadmap that I showed is a commitment in presence of so many parents also. And we expect the reciprocal arrangement where you people also, react in such a nice way, respond so well to our every appeal that together we must make it happen. First Inter CA and then final CA. The real reward to us would be when you pass and your parents are so proud of you. Parents would be happy because now they know that you will be able to stand on your own feet lifetime. Parents are very selfish, not for personal benefit. Their selfish interest is in your happiness. Once you have done it, they have done their job. So I would only say, friends, we have shown the roadmap. Do whatever we told you. More we are going to tell you when entry seminar happens, where detailed subject-wise planning and time management will be told. Run with us. Do what we tell you to do. And I'm sure about the fact that you all will pass with flying colors. Last point. If anybody tells you it is difficult, agree. But say you cannot do it, don't agree. If I could do it, so many other people could do it, you will also be able to do it. CA course requires seriousness, hard work, and average intelligence, not exceptional intelligence. Average intelligence, hard work, systematic study in a professional way, you all will make it. I might have told you in past when there was CA Foundation seminar for you people, if you attended. I studied in Gujarati medium up to 12th standard, 10th 71.5%, 12th 69%. Like you people, and I'm sure most of you sitting here must have secured more than 69% in 12th. And it's not that in our time the examination standards were very high. Yes, people might say that that is not the case. Today's 12th standard exam also is far tougher than our 12th standard exam. So don't believe it. I could do it. Like you people, I did this route only, CA entrance, CA inter, CA final. And I'm in front of you. With such average background at inter CA, I secured 29th rank also. So thank you. So you can imagine such very average educational background. And yet if I could make it, then I should become symbol of everybody. And you must say, if J.K. Shah could do it, I can also do it. Tough certainly, but doable. Finally, dear parents, thank you so much for coming here all the way, giving us a chance to address. And thank you so much, students, and all the very best to all of you. I now first introduce Prasad sir. As I told you, he's a brilliant chartered accountant. He used to run an organization by the name Professional Academy in Mumbai. And we competed for 15 years in the same market, few buildings apart. But we were best friends all the time. All the time. He is now a mentor to J.K. Shah classes, direct mentor to Vishal and Pooja also. And whenever I request him, he flies down from Chennai to address the audience of this kind. So I request respected Prasad sir to please come and address this audience. Thank you, sir.
Good evening. And Happy New Year to all of you. You just saw the whole presentation. Very Happy New Year to all of you. Sundays were also listed. But there's a saying in English, all is well that. So the whole point of the presentation that sir made is that 2023 is really going to be very happy for you because you'll all be qualified for exams. So it is definitely going to be happy. Your exams are in November before the year ends, correct? Today also happens to be, at least we observe a lot of that in the south. Today also happens to be Vaikunth Ekadashi. And that is the day Lord Krishna recited the Bhagavad Gita to Arjun. You know that? Bhagavad Gita and CA course. Fairly similar, very complex, takes a lot of effort. Arjun took a lot of time to understand it. I'm not even sure if he really understood it at the end of the day. But Krishna made all the efforts. Lord Krishna made all the efforts to explain to him. And I think J.K. sir stood in that position today and explained to you the entire perseverance that will be required from each one of you to get through this course. Now, 2 or 3 things. I'm not going to take too much of the time. 5:17 is blinking. I can see that. I will take little time, but I want everyone to listen to it carefully. In 12th standard and 10th standard, when you write your paper and they correct it, they assume you will pass until you prove otherwise. In CA, it is the reverse. When you write your paper and give it, they assume you should come again. CA, come again. Until you prove otherwise. And perhaps that is why you feel there is a lot of load on you, lot of pressure on you. Take a deep breath. More than 3 lakh people have qualified as chartered accountants, and there is no reason that any of you cannot get that qualification. Because chartered accountancy requires perseverance. What does it require? Perseverance. And two, a very, very positive mindset. Extremely positive mindset. There will be certain days, and I'm sure you've experienced it even in foundation, when you open the book and you read, nothing goes into your head. Then you close the book back. And then you look at the calendar and it's Friday. And there's something magical about Friday with students, because they say from Monday we will now start. Correct? Correct? Unfortunately, we don't have too many Fridays and Mondays before your November exam. Right? So we have a limit of time and we have a lot to do. And therefore, take a deep breath. It is going to be a little serious. It is going to be a little more challenging compared to what your 12th was or what your foundation was, because you got to learn a lot more in a shorter span of time. Correct or no? But also remember, very importantly, what you study at Inter CA also becomes the base for final CA. So effectively, a lot of things that you study at Inter CA, you don't have to study in the last level, which is? Because you're actually building a base there as well, right? Right? Now, how many months do you have till your exams? Today we are in January. You have how many months? Is that enough? Less? Less? Tell yourself, the universe creates life in 9 months. You are only to do a degree. Correct? Right? In 9 months, the universe creates life. A million things can go wrong when life is being created, but only 1 in a million times it happens. Otherwise, everything is on slot. Lectures start on time. Sunday tests. Everything on time. Believe me, we have the best curriculum here at JK Shah classes. It is time tested. All we are asking for you is hold our hand. We know how to take you through, but you have to walk with us. Correct? Lectures will be about 7 or 8 hours. You'll have to sit in wooden benches, sir mentioned. There are 2 ways to look at it. You can look at it saying, pains. Or you can look at it saying, this is the college life I'm actually leading. This is my first college, JK Shah classes. These are the friends you're going to make here, the bonds you're going to make here, the long hours of lectures you're going to sit here, eating in the classroom that you're going to do during the breaks and littering the place. Many years later, when you look back, these will be the best days of your life. Yes? And to top it, you'll come out with a chartered accountancy degree, which is going to be great. Correct? So stay very positive. Stay very positive. But one important thing I would want to tell all students, chartered accountancy requires confidence at the right measure. You can neither be overconfident, nor can you be underconfident. Both will kill you. You need optimum confidence. What? Meaning. This test series sir was saying, I mentioned once, some time ago, I'll share that experience with you. I come from a family, traditional South Indian Brahmin family, where for everything, before we have a doctor, we have an astrologer. So when my family took my horoscope to the astrologer, before I was to do my CA, and I had my exams due, that astrologer said, Rahu and Ketu are not in good positions. This child will not pass in his first attempt. And my parents obviously asked, when will he pass? So they said he will pass in his 4th attempt. So what I did, 3 attempts I gave at home. I did test series 3 times. 3 times at home. 4th attempt, I actually passed. See, that astrologer was correct. But my 4th attempt was the institute records 1st attempt. Correct? And friends, I passed with a rank. Both levels at CA Inter and CA Final. And in both levels I did this. Because the next time at CA Final, I told my parents, don't go to the astrologer. If he says 7 attempts, then I have to write 5, 6 test series at home. Correct? So test series, as sir said, very important. Everything he said, you have to lap up every word, because that comes from 40 years of experience of dealing with children. And all the parents who are sitting here, he mentioned, and I was about to talk about that, but he mentioned that first, great decision to do commerce. Second, great decision to do chartered accountancy. Third, great decision to be here at JK Shah classes. Let's have a round of applause for that. Now also remember that your journey has begun at CA Foundation. Started, no? Next, Inter. After that, this is one-way road, okay? You know one-way street in Bombay? You can't come back. Correct, no? You have to go to the other side. With student registration number, you have to convert to membership number. That's the only possibility now. And there is only one way you can do that. You can do that only in one way. You were with us in 11th, you were with us in 12th, you were with us in Foundation, you are going to be with us in CA Inter, and you will be with us in CA Final as well, because we know how to take you through that, to convert that student registration number to a membership number. You got to be with us throughout, right? Right? When you study in an institution, as different from studying with individual faculties for subjects, there is a lot an institution gives you that a single person will not be able to give you. There is a lot. Interconnection between papers, as sir rightly pointed out. Within the papers, the things that you do. Lot of things. Do all of you watch sports? Yes. Let me hear you loud. Yes. Then we are on your side. CA Institute is the other side. We are not on the other side. We are with you. We are doing net practice. Correct, no? Yes. 7-9 months in classes, you are doing net practice to play the final game. What you study in that 9 months, he will test in 3 hours. 6 questions per paper, 6 balls per over. We are on your side. We are not making it tough for you because we want to harass you. We are making it tough for you so that when you go to the exam, you are able to play every ball. Institute bowls, you can hit it for a 6. Correct? For which when we prepare you, we have to imagine all the possible googlies that can come when you are playing at the pitch. Correct? And that is why the curriculum is tougher. You have to put in more hard work. You have to stay more committed. You know, there will be certain days in the morning you come to class, your brain is frozen. Teacher is saying something. You are listening. About 30-40% of that goes into your head. 20-30% evaporates. Even on those days, you should come to class because that day will change. The next day you will hear better. You know, if you go to do bodybuilding or you do exercises, the sports people say, the day your body feels most sore, no, that day you must exercise. Okay? This is mental workout. On an average, maybe on 7 days of lectures that you do or 6 days you do, 4 days you will be superiorly attentive, 2 or 3 days it will be a dull day for you. But do not sit at home if it's a dull day. Ensure those 2-3 days also you come and sit in the classroom. Because even that 20-30% that goes into your ear, no, are like seeds. And when you study, no, you will recollect. Yes, this professor was talking about it. Maybe that time I didn't pay attention, but I am able to build on it. Yes. Also at JK Shah classes, as sir also rightly said, we don't leave anything to chance or choice. We teach you everything. Because institute is very smart. Okay? Ask chartered accountants that. If they have left one particular chapter, no, totally 20 chapters, 19 they would have done, one they will leave. But somehow when they go to write the paper, no, that one chapter will come. CA Institute has that classic ability, detective ability. Correct? We don't want to take that chance. You have to do all 20. There is also a very interesting thing I read recently, which said that all chartered accountants are believers in God. All chartered accountants, they believe in God. But I can tell you, I can vouch for that. That is true. Because looking at the curriculum we have and the schedule you have, only God can take you through. And He will. I did my chartered accountancy, my CA final in Chennai. And very interestingly, we had a temple devoted to chartered accountancy there. It was called CA Anjaneya. It was a Hanuman temple. You know, whatever forms are not available in the institute, you will get in the temple. Everything was available there. So that was a Hanuman temple that we used to all go to. And a lot of group discussions will happen. At that time, we did not have coaching classes with the kind of structure that you have today. We really missed out on that. So our only interaction with fellow chartered accountants used to be off the campus in things like this. But all of you have this brilliant opportunity. You have an institution that takes you from foundation, not foundation. I think, sir, you take them from 11th and 12th, all the way up to final CA. It's amazing. I also mentioned here in this particular podium in another seminar, give us 4 years of your life and we will give you a life. Your exams are in November. You will be studying in the house. People outside will be bursting crackers for Diwali. Right? I said this before, I'll say that again. Tell yourself, today you burst. When I pass, for me, har din Diwali. Give it your best, guys. You are a great crowd. You know, I personally believe that today's youngsters, all of you are capable of a lot more. This 7-8 hours in Sundays and all is nothing. You can, and on social media, you spend 12 hours without problems. On Insta and WhatsApp, you can, when they watch web series called binging. Full night you watch. So you have capacity, right? We didn't have that. So please don't doubt your ability. I think, Vishal, you should have 10 hours lectures. 7 and 8 is not good enough. They can do even 10 because they are good. They are used to it. Used to it, right? Come on. 7, 8 is good. But you commit to that many hours? You commit that you will not stop till you pass chartered accountancy. Correct? And very important. And in the unfortunate event that during your journey in CA, you encounter a failure, which is fairly common, by the way, in professional exams. When you go for an interview, nobody will ask you, they'll only ask you, are you a chartered accountant? They won't ask you how many attempts, because he also cannot answer that question. But in the rare event, I'm going to say rare because you're studying with us. No, I say that with full confidence. I'm going to say rare because if you really listen to us and you really walk the schedule that has been given to you and you stay committed to it, according to me, it will take great effort on your part to fail. It's like failing in 12th, It takes effort, intelligence. If somebody has to fail in 12th standard, means he has to really put his head to it. I mean, brilliance, it requires that kind of brilliance. So here you walk with us and you do as we tell you and walk with our schedule, and I'm saying you will get through because it is going to be very rare that you encounter failure. But let's presume that through this journey, there are certain failures that you encounter. Shall we presume? Not that we want it to happen, right? But if you do, get back up and don't stop till you get your membership number. Sar pe kafan bandh lo. Like military. Okay? Next 4 years, eat CA, think CA, sleep CA, breathe CA, become CA. Do I have everybody's commitment on that? Everybody's commitment? Of late, I've been teaching for over 2 decades. Now, these days, the last couple of years, I'm not actively into teaching. My subject, I used to be taking a paper called Financial Reporting that all of you will come to do at CA Final and beyond. But of late, I'm not actively into teaching. But over the last couple of years that I've been teaching, 2 decades or more, I've also been observing people who teach. And I also observe a very new breed of people who teach. I use the word cheat. Maybe that was not wrong. Because a lot of new breed of teachers have come up who teach by way of entertainment. Now, honestly, to do this course, it is like, it is like you joining NDA National, and you telling soldiers, we will dance and march. Because that's a tough job, right? But I see a new breed of teachers here and there, a lot of areas I've been watching who are largely into stand-up comedies and entertainments rather than actually teaching the concepts that all of you require as students of finance. It actually disheartens me to a large extent because although here as well, when we teach, we do have our moments of laughter. Like when sir was talking, here and there you were laughing. When I am talking, here and there you are laughing. We have our moments of laughter. But the substance of what you have to learn in the seriousness of it. Correct? So I hope and pray that all of you have the mature mind to understand that this is a course where in the first year, it is all learning, no fun. Right? In second year, more learning, lesser fun. In third year, only learning, no fun. And once you become a chartered accountant, all fun and no learning. Correct? So save all that for later, because right now, the next 3 to 4 years of your life is invested into the chartered accountancy course. And I hope all of you stand that commitment, because there is very little difference between doing a military project or a military course and doing chartered accountancy. Both require similar levels of dedication and commitment. And I hope each of you will give that dedication and commitment. Will you? Will you? So be very serious. Take your moments out. Even in a day, after you attend class and all, if you want to take a 20-30 minute breather, you want to do things that will, kind of refresh you, feel free to do that. But come back to the book the next day again. Correct? Success is about failing and getting back up on your feet. And that is something that each of you will go through this course. This is not a course, it's a way of life. Chartered accountancy will teach you perseverance and discipline both in equal measure, such that even after you become a chartered accountant, you will understand that true success comes with daily failures as well and trying to improve yourself each day. And that is something that all of you will learn in the journey of the CA course. Yes? You have good 9 to 10 months before you write your CA Inter. According to me, that is lot of good time. If you invest it well, all of you can get ranks. Do all of you want to get ranks? Now let me hear that loud. 10 months before you said rank. 6 months before it should not be pass ho gaya to bas. Then 3 months before it should not be exemption ka kya rules hai. Then you are still in 12th standard. You are learning law of diminishing marginal utility. Correct? I want to hear the same pitch from everyone. Even 2 months before your exam, you have to tell yourself, do you want to get a rank? Yes. Lovely. All the best to all of you. A very, very happy new year to each of you. May all of you pass your Inter CA with flying colors. And may we see all of you for final CA as well to pass with great flying colors. Thank you so much. You've been an excellent audience. Thank you so much. Very energetic. Excellent. I will ask JK sir to please conclude. Thanks so much for your time. Thank you so much.
So thank you so much, Prasad sir, for wonderful address. Now, we had one student by the name Shah, who studied all throughout at JK Shah classes, all three levels of chartered accountancy. Inter CA, he had secured All India second rank, and final CA All India first rank in the last exam only. And usually he comes for all such seminars where students are to be told on study, no marketing event. But today, because it is working day, he couldn't make it. So he has recorded a small video for you, about 4 to 6 minutes. So we now play it. Then all our faculties who have been teaching you for Inter CA will come, and thereafter the end of the seminar. So please watch this.
Hey everyone, I am CA Shah and I cleared my CA final exams of May 2022 with All India Rank 1 and also secured All India Rank 2 in CA Inter exams of May 2019. Back when I had enrolled myself for the erstwhile CPT way back in 2018, I knew that I made the right choice by registering myself for this course. But alongside this, I also had to take another significant decision, that is, from where and how to prepare for this course. Basically, what I was looking for was that everything, right from scheduling the lectures, timely completion of syllabus, quality content and teaching, sufficient test series, and doubt solving, everything should be all under one roof. And this decision of mine ended with enrolling myself with JKSC. And this is how my journey with JKSC began. I used to think that my journey over here would actually end with my CA final results. But as they say, once you're a part of JKSC, you're always a part of JKSC. And I couldn't be more glad to still be a part of JKSC. Everything went well during my CPT preparation, and fortunately, I was able to clear it with good enough marks. But there was still one particular problem that I did face, and that was that I was never able to give sufficient time to revisions and self-study. Whatever number of revisions I was somehow able to manage, it used to be too hectic and too stressful. There were times when I couldn't appear for the test and I had to go for self-evaluation. If I did appear for those weekly tests, there were also times when I couldn't complete the entire syllabus of that particular test. Later, when I spoke to some of my batchmates, I actually realized that they had in fact started their CPT preparation way early alongside their 12th standard classes. And as compared to that, I was a part of regular batch that started their CPT classes after their 12th standard exams were over. And that was the primary reason why I was facing a time constraint and they were not facing the exact same time constraint. So that is when I decided that no matter what has happened for CPT, it has happened, I cannot change it. But coming forward to Inter CA, I am going to enroll myself for the earliest possible batch, that is the early bird batch. Now this would ensure few things. Firstly, my syllabus would be completed at the earliest possible date, well in advance of my main examinations. Secondly, this time I would not face any issues with completing my syllabus for a particular test or skipping a test entirely. And lastly, if God forbid some unforeseen circumstances do arise, I would still have sufficient buffer time because my syllabus is being completed well in advance. And after results and hindsight, I did realize that this decision of mine of enrolling myself for early bird batch did actually pay off well. The batches were never completed on the dates that were given initially. In fact, it was completed even before that. And that gave me extra bonus days to dedicate it to my self-study and revision. Unfortunately, in Jan 2019, I did face some health issues very close to exams. But luckily, since I was a part of the early bird batch, I just had to manage few more lectures alongside these issues, which would not have been possible if I were a part of the regular batch. And whatever time I did lose in terms of self-study, I was able to cover it well within time because again, I had sufficient buffer time with me. So all in all, the early bird batch did pay off really well for me. And this was not just because I just enrolled myself for the early bird batch. I made it a point that I'm attending all of these lectures, whether before results or after results, whether one day before result or one day immediately after results, whether on 31st December or on 1st January. I made it a point that I'm attending all of these lectures irrespective of the day and date it is scheduled. Because the more lectures I attend, the faster I complete my syllabus. The faster I complete my syllabus, the earlier I start with my revision. And the earlier I start with my revision, the more time I get for clarifying my doubts and appearing for test. So this is how I made sure that I'm utilizing the early bird batch in the best possible manner. I also understand that you guys would be appearing for your Inter CA exams in November 2023, which means you would be getting a very good dedicated summer vacation. When I was preparing for my Inter CA, I used to manage my college lectures in a manner that it never acted as a hindrance to my Inter CA preparation. But still, I was not fortunate enough to get a good dedicated summer vacation, unlike you guys. That is why I would urge all of you to make sure that you use this summer vacation in the best possible manner. Whatever free time you get apart from your classes, you make sure to invest it 100% into your Inter CA preparation. One last thing that definitely aided my preparation was appearing for all the test series, whether it was a 50-mark unit test or 100-mark full-fledged prelims. 50-mark unit tests ensure that I'm on my toes always. I'm continuously revising whatever is being taught in the class. And 100 marks prelims ensure that I'm getting the actual feel of exams, whether in terms of time management or paper presentation or level of difficulty. So point to be noted, plain revision would not be as effective as a revision combined with test series would be. And one final advice that I would like to give all of you would be consistent in whatever you are doing. It is totally alright if you're not able to study for long hours. Even if you study for 2 hours a day, it's fine. But be consistent with it. Study for 2 hours on a daily basis, and gradually you will be able to increase the number of hours that you are able to dedicate towards your studies. Consistency would be monotonous, but consistency will definitely bring you success. Thank you.
I'm sure all of you understood it is what I spoke or what Prasad sir said or what Mitch says. Sum and substance is more or less same only. Well, friends, so once again, respected parents, my colleagues and dear students, thank you so much for your time today. Take this as new beginning and we will all together make it happen. All the very best and thank you so much for your time. That marks the end of today's seminar. Thank you so much. Thank you.